Another type of change is useful to measure is something that's called relative change. For instance, if I say the price has changed by $1, okay, but if the change by $1 on a candy bar rather than a flat screen TV, very different types of change of the same amount. So relative change factors that in. As far as what are we talking about? A change of population of 100 people in a very small town or 100 people in a large metropolitan area. So relative change from y from y0 to y1. This equals how much did you change, the change in y, over your starting point. That's your baseline, so to speak. So a change of $1, you would say, well, what was the original price? Here. And what's good to know about relative change has no units. But a lot of times it's can be expressed as a percentage. Not all the time, but many times it can be. So when you calculate your number and you get 0.25, you might change it to 25%. So let's look at an example where we are looking at number 46, the data from number 46, where we have two situations. We have a change in sales from 100,000 to 500,000. And we have a change in sales from 20 million to 20,500,000. And I'm going to put an asterisk here because I'm going to adjust what the problem is asking. Those two situations, we have a change in sales from 100,000 to 500,000 or 20 million to 20,500,000. And so if you look at this one, part A, part of the question is which change is bigger? They actually ask what are the changes, and then they ask which is bigger. And if you look at this, so what this is asking is we're looking at just the change in the values. What is that change in values? And if you look at this, situation 2 would be the answer. Situation 2, the answer is 500,000. Situation 1, the change was only 400,000. Both are pretty decent changes in sales, but this one is bigger. Now what I'm adding to is which relative change is bigger. And if you calculate the relative change in situation 1, you get 400,000 as the change in y over 100,000. That was our starting point for a change of 4, which you might express as 400% change. It's a pretty big change. If you look at number 2, we have our change was 500,000, but our baseline was 20 million. Change out of 20 million. So this ends up, if you do the arithmetic, reduce all of the zeros, you get 1/40th. If you want to change that, very different story when you're looking at relative change, this increase in sales was only 2.5% compared to 400%. Again, different measurements of change can help tell different stories. So average rate of change and relative change can all be used to express what is going on with the situation.